Day on the hot seat for Ohio State. I don't know. You tell me. First things first. As always, subscribe to the channel. I know you're checking out some of the highlights, looking at some of the things, but factor some stuff in real quick today. Today we witnessed Michigan lose. I mean, Michigan win over Ohio State today. I think it was 24-30, 30-24. And usually these games are really close. But for the past few years, actually, Michigan has been breaking away with their running game exceptionally well. And Ohio State this year has been kind of skeptical with their just offensive play at quarterback. Then on top of that, their defense has been pretty solid as well. It's just they haven't really wowed us like, in college football where there's like that one team that just dominates. They just obliterate opponents like the '01 Hurricanes or the 2019 LSU Tigers or the 2013 Florida State Seminoles. This is not the case. This year, it's really up for grabs. And in a way, Ryan Day kind of fumbled the bag on this. And it sucks because, well, more or less, the problem is that he's got to get past Michigan. And if I'm an athletic director, Urban Meyer had no problem getting past Urban. He had no problem getting past Michigan. At one point, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Urban Meyer's record, I think he won 7 times against Michigan. At one point, I thought Ohio State just beat Michigan on the regular. That's just what they did. I mean, the overall series is 61-52 Ohio State way. So this is where I start to ask myself as a coach, since Ryan Day has taken over, he's had 56 wins and 7 losses, and you can account 3 of those losses to Michigan. And then, of course, obviously, Georgia in the playoffs. They really had that was an amazing game. But for me, it's really more so they should have won today because there was no hard ball. McCarthy didn't play lights out. You knew it was coming. They were going to give you a dose of the run. That's what they had. Blake Corum, Donovan Edwards, they were going to hit you with the run. You knew it. And it's just, it wasn't enough. You know what I mean? It wasn't enough. And what pretty much sealed the cake for me is the fact that he got out coached by a coach that wasn't even there. I'm a big fan of Ohio State. I've loved what they've done recently in the past few years with the C.J. Strouds, the Garrett Wilsons, the Chris Olaves. Shoot, and I'm also respecting Michigan for what they've done with the Hassan Haskins. Quarterback, not so much. They really haven't put a lot of good quarterbacks out. But Aiden Hutchinson, stuff like that, they've been putting players out both equally matched is pretty well. And this is where I start to ask myself, as a fan of college football, do you put Ryan Day on the hot seat? Is it time to put him there? Is this where he needs to be? Did he deserve this? Because right now, I know that everyone is tired of seeing, especially if you're from Ohio, I know you're tired of seeing the team up north celebrate every time. I know they're tired of it. And it's nerve-wracking and it's annoying and you have to witness this whether you like it or not. And there's no saving grace here at all. So it just makes me think a little bit more and more or less about Ryan Day in the hot seat. It sucks because I think Ohio State might get put out of the playoffs, depending on how the Florida State game goes. And pretty sure UGA is going to take care of business. And Alabama won earlier today. So, yeah, they're knocking on the door. A lot of those one-loss teams are knocking right on the door. So, next week, this championship game is really big. They really need to pull for Iowa to beat Michigan, which I doubt is going to happen. But we've seen crazier things in college football. However, Ryan Day. I gotta see more from him. He's a quarterback player. I'm expecting him to develop quarterbacks. I love what he did with Stroud, but hey, next year you've got to beat Michigan. Like it's do or die at this point. You can go 1-11, as long as that one is against Michigan. I'm pretty sure the directors don't care, or the fan base, the alumni, all that. They don't care as long as they beat Michigan. And this is where I really have to sit down and I have to think twice about how great of a coach Hardball is at Michigan. That's for another day. I really want him to stay in the college stuff. I don't want to go to the NFL. But as for Ryan Day, his main focus is strictly to take care of business against Michigan. And that is that. That is what he needs to do. And going forward, he needs to continue to do it. So the talent is coming in. They're coming in waves. So that's not a problem. So they should be fine. But execution, they've got to execute when they can. That being said, man, hey, you guys tell me what you think in the comments. Like, comment, and always subscribe. Yo, peace.